I almost didn't make it, but we're here. As you can see, we are going to be currently watching the live stream live. By the time you're seeing this, the live stream's already over. I just hope they don't give us another, like, you have to wait 30 minutes. You have to wait 30 minutes for the live stream. Just show me Matthew Lillard. Show me Springtrap. Show me. Jack Black, cue the music.
FNAF at Freddy's. That's where I wanna go. FNAF at Freddy's. Underneath the mistletoe. Yeah.
Well, whilst we're waiting, I'm just gonna crack open a cold one. Just cheers, chat. Cheers. Unlike the last live stream, I am going to keep it on a lighter tone for this one, cause that took a toll on my voice. Run the replay. Yes! Oh shit! Oh my god! Yeah, voice gone. So we're gonna keep it on a chill note, a chill vibe. Just sit back, relax, man. Five Nights at Freddy's. I wonder what the 10th anniversary is gonna be like. All the new chapters, all the new killers, announcements, and that. It's gonna be bigger than this year. I hope, I pray. Potentially my boy Hockey Mask Boy gets in the game. Because at this point, I think he's more requested than fucking FNAF. In my opinion. I want to see Jason more than Springtrap. Hey, that's my opinion. Hey, don't go down in those comments and just...
I don't like Springtrap. I don't like Springtrap.
Shut up. I like that generator.
That is a palette.
Give me that.
That is also a coffee
I need that at the crib.
Without further ado,
Yes!
let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes!
Playing a Springtrap.
Yes!
Bring out our dear friend Jay Guzzo, the killer's designer.
Yes. Right, I need to tone it down, I'm trying my best. Oh, is that the terror radius? Whoa. Wait, what? Sounds like the terror radius. I'm leaving this all in the video, because this is fire. You hear how they're playing on that keyboard? Oh my goodness! Oh. Oh, is this the lobby music? Sounds like a lobby music, maybe? Or maybe it's the lobby music. I don't know. I don't want to overthink. Ooh. Red shirt.
Whoa! Indeed, we will have a killer, Springtrap. For the first time ever, you get to play as Springtrap instead of being terrorized by Springtrap.
Yes, sir.
If you're a survivor, you'll still be terrorized. And when you were assigned Five Nights at Freddy's, what was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really realize how kind of deep the lore and the story went before.
There's a lot of lore to be put in to the FNAF map. I would imagine so.
To be honest.
Oh, yes.
It would be hard enough to put it in a single map.
Very horrifying, and actually I think that's a very initial common ground DBD fans and FNAF fans will have.
Just imagine the lore page on fucking Springtrap's bio. Paragraphs upon paragraphs upon paragraphs. God damn.
You know, one of my favorite things about doing licenses like this is they give me an excuse, I guess, a reason to become like a real big nerd about one specific franchise or IP, and that's always amazing. Chucky, I got to watch all the movies, and Dracula, we played the games and watched stuff. So this one I did the same thing. I jumped in. My main thing was YouTube and Twitch. Watching streams, I watched 60 to 70 hours of content. Some of the more popular streamers, I guess we can say, all through all the games, including the VR stuff and things. You know, not just to see games and how they played, but also players, how they react, the community, how they react, what kind of getting the inspiration for the experience of FNAF and Five Nights at Freddy's.
The inspiration being Spooky Boo.
Yeah.
Jump scare.
I think that's
FNAF
a
2.
really special thing.
Foxy.
You didn't just
This won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me. Was, like I said, just how passionate the community is. They're like you said, it's very similar to DBD in that respect of like very passionate fans and a very passionate community who kind of, they watch the trailers and they watch gameplay and they pick
Yes. Yes, that's me.
speak like, what does it mean?
Yes.
I just wanted people to see my cool new mint colored shoes. That's
I
all.
just wanted people to see.
Yeah, those shoes are fire.
My dog
Oh my goodness! He's dripped.
sucks. For
$50.
On the feet.
$50 a sock.
Like, why don't you tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Yeah, it was a really interesting one because obviously, if you know both games, gameplay-wise, they're pretty diametrically opposed. Five Nights at Freddy's is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly the battery, and try not to get killed. Whereas DBD is all about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still, you're gonna get yourself
Not a
killed.
good strategy.
It's not a great idea. So it really became about kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office, battery power, all those amazing jump scares.
Facts.
And just kind of figuring out how to adapt that into the context of
The FNAF fans are gonna appreciate the fuck out of this.
Springtrap specifically.
They're gonna be like, oh my god, we're eating
Yeah,
so good. We're getting Secret of the Mimic.
Springtrap was
And we're getting
to figure out
Dead by Daylight FNAF.
without making him just a straight up stealth killer, which was something we wanted to avoid.
Oh.
So I had this idea of doing something that we'd never really tried before, where we focus Springtrap kind of as a grab-based killer. Because
A
when you have
grab.
grabs in DBD, they are inherently jump scares.
Ooh, ooh.
It's right there. So we just kind of
That is freaky. He has a knife in this
It
one.
is right there on screen.
Some people were saying that he was gonna have a fire
Another
axe.
one of him doing
Guess that was a
little bit
lie.
of grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but it's so good. The model, look at it.
A pretty unique projectile, which is really cool. Springtrap has two weapons. I get to finally announce. I know the community have been talking about it. So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon. And,
What pizza knife?
A heavy fire axe. As his
Oh, he does have a fire axe. Oh shit.
So let's talk about the axe.
Wait. Oh shit.
How's it different from projectiles that
I take it back.
Yeah, so it's a very unique. It's not gonna play like any other projectile killer that you've tried before.
Oh shit.
We wanted to just
You have piqued my interest. Tell me more.
So if you throw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate, it creates an AoE that lasts about 15 seconds. And if a survivor walks through it, you get killer instinct on them for a short period of time.
Interesting.
If you hit
Okay.
a survivor with it, kind of gets lodged in their back.
Oh.
You're chasing
kind of have an axe lodged in their back.
just a
No
little
big
bit.
deal.
They would get hindered maybe?
So they can remove it manually, or they can do it quicker in co-op with another survivor.
Oh, that's gonna. Oh, the animation of that is gonna be sickening.
Get in close, you can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking them up. You get in close to the survivor that has the axe embedded in them.
You could just grab them.
Grab the axe and the survivor. At the same time.
Whoa. Okay. I like
Carry-
that.
You're carrying them on your shoulder.
I like that.
Couple little notes. One of them is while you have your projectile available, you move at 4.4
is that
meters
gonna be
per
part of the
second. There
Mori?
it is.
A little glimpse of some jump scare action.
But once you've thrown the axe, you actually move at 4.6 meters per second. It's something that we've never really done basically for a killer. And we're making
Okay.
some really interesting tactical choices, meaning that you have to recall the axe manually. It never comes back to you automatically unless you throw it out of the map.
So you have to go fetch the axe yourself.
But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall it.
So it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that brings us to another unique part of his gameplay, and I think super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's, the
The
security
jump scares.
office.
Oh, the security
Let's go into
office.
that.
Yeah. So it was really important for us to give the killer and the survivor a really kind of interesting shared experience in that space, which allowed us to also lean into the jump scares.
I cannot wait to play the PTB.
But it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns, and these can be used by survivors or killers. to teleport around the map.
Interesting.
There be a door.
There it is.
There be a
Survivors
door
can also
there.
use them for surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings
Someone did say that on like a
kind
leak.
of iconic map view in the
Springtrap was gonna have doors,
cameras
and
on
but
the
I think
left,
it's just exclusive to the map.
We'll talk about it in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see something that, if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button. Your character goes into the security office, and then it's kind of like a hands-off, almost like a theme park experience where you see this first-person view going through the office, which is really cool.
First-person view as a survivor?
Again, just in case we have new folks playing, regardless of what map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Oh, okay. So it comes with Springtrap. When someone plays Springtrap, you get security doors as well. Okay, okay. Me gustas.
He'll be revealed for a little bit for the whole survivor team.
Oh my goodness.
And what about if, like, what if Springtrap goes in at the same time as a survivor goes in at a different door and they meet?
Yeah, so since they can both use the doors in the security office,
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So if the survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those two doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Ooh.
Awesome. I love all the little touches that the team has planted in there like that.
The little touches go a long way. Believe me.
Including this.
We're eating so good.
Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how's that work?
Oh.
DBD?
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras. We didn't want players to just be the man in the chair and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little bit using the teleporter to move around the map. Takes off a big old chunk in one shot. And then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on.
So it's kind of like
you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors
my mind
and cameras,
blanked.
the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery. So if the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they shut the security office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around.
Oh,
do whatever he wants.
Dangerous.
more like fun. I like that.
To go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing, with their axe, that door and the camera becomes unavailable to survivors. They can't use it to teleport away, they can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera. That's been disabled.
Okay, but does it come back?
When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out, but I don't want to be revealed or seen. You can disable the door, move around, use it to fake the survivors out.
But it's not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been retrieved.
Okay, good.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right.
Okay.
So
A lot of
around
mechanics.
the map, which
A
is
lot of cool mechanics.
exciting way to do that. One of the coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map.
Yes.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm. So what can you tell us about the map?
Yeah, so the art team and the level design team, much like me, they did a ton of.
Oh, the same level as the Dredge
I won't say
chapter,
this
is
just
it?
because we're doing the stream here, but it's becoming one of my favorite maps. I love it so much. In the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay, their team really wanted to make sure that they did the same when it comes to things like
Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of the kind of the iconic areas from the game. But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool. And we wanted to kind of add a little bit more space to allow for more dynamic chases and whatnot. Yeah. But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course, with a full animatronic band on stage. It's very cool. And we have the arcade, which is, it's all very kind of creepily decorated, like a birthday party.
Ooh,
And
okay.
like the kitchen and even the mechanical room.
Ooh.
We can
Oh, yeah,
see a
there you
little
go,
glimpse
yeah.
right there, too.
Yeah, so altogether, this should kind of feel like a formerly working pizzeria. And, you know, of course, since it's Dead by Daylight, the entity's weird pustules and deformations are everywhere to remind you exactly of where you still are and
You're
where
making
you're
a
stuck.
judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really going to love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super fun.
It looks amazing.
The team, the art team.
But I hope we get to cut into the gameplay now.
But also with Springtrap wandering
Transition.
around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, you're going to be in familiar territory.
Yeah.
So one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're going to have a separate queue for this map specifically, which means you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria without having to hope that you get there. So it's going to be its own queue when you join the game.
Fantastic.
And that's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map.
Perfect.
Oh,
For that new map, which is really cool.
okay.
Okay, how about some last tips
Yep.
for survivors and for killer players?
Yeah,
Okay.
so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile.
Okay.
As I said, it's super unique compared to other projectile killers.
I'd imagine it wouldn't be like a normal hatchet, like
Pretty gnarly.
how Huntress throws it. It would be like
Some really
heavier.
So test that out, get used to it, and take advantage of the jump scares.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time. But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area. You'll get more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you so much, as
Thank you.
always, for joining us on the couch.
Transition to
Wonderful
gameplay.
work and the fun stuff that you've planted in there. Soon enough, people
Thank
can
you,
play
man.
out with it.
Thank this man in the chat.
Your,
Red shirt
so
man.
you can watch people play it, test it out. Thank you so much for joining us. The show must roll on. So
Yes.
next, we're going to bring out our friend Justin Banks to fill you in on DBD's anniversary event that's right around the corner.
Oh, we don't get footage of the gameplay. Oh. I thought they were going to show, like, video footage of the gameplay. But I guess we can do that ourselves in the PTB.
I'm really happy to be back with all you guys out there. It's another masquerade, another year where they dust me off, take me out of the locker, and get ready to talk to you guys about what is happening for this year's masquerade. After 4 years, this is going to be our final masquerade. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, and the response to all the gameplay, the cosmetics, the aesthetics have all been incredible since we got this party started. So our final masquerade event is actually going to start in about a month and run from June 25th to July 16th.
Looks like we're going to get
We're
a Wraith.
sad to see it go. I mean, it was a really,
Wraith
really
cosmetic.
fun, but we're going to close out with one last big hurrah before moving on to something completely brand new for our 10th anniversary next year. So I don't want to hype, I don't want to tease, but come back a year from now and we're going to have something really special for you.
Oh, see, I'm spitting facts. They're going to prepare something bigger.
There's a few things that we're doing to really focus on the quality of life of the game overall. So you've seen, all of you guys out there, I don't even know which camera I'm looking at. That one.
Hello.
All of you guys out there, you've all seen how we are pushing for quality of life. We want to make sure that it's the game that, you know, it's the game you guys deserve. You've stuck with us for such a long time. We're fixing long-standing bugs. We're adding features to just improve your overall experience. And we want that to translate to how we deal with events as well. So we've made the decision to focus a lot of our resources on that quality of life and less so on adding to new gameplay features for this final Twisted Masquerade event.
Okay, so
Fair enough.
in terms of that then, what can players expect to see returning to the fog with this Twisted Masquerade?
So returning, well, I can just summarize by saying all the really cool stuff that we've done before. Again, it's fun to work on this stuff year after year. So what we have coming back are the invitation powers that are super fun that you can collect as survivor or killer, and you'll have different powers to use their charges for as the match goes on. We are bringing back the bag of tricks that we introduced last year, which creates a random effect on the match, you know, that happens based on the progression of completing generators, accumulated with
I like
where
that.
hook stages are at, to really keep things dynamic, keep it moving. We're also bringing back Father Campbell's chapel, decorated, for the entire party.
I liked that.
And it's still all the same decorations as last year, but we're signaling the party's coming to an end over
dwindling
there.
down.
Yeah, and we'll even have a little bit of Five Nights at Freddy's theming showing up in our anniversary lobby.
I love
Ooh.
the fact that the lobby is going to be like a party in more ways than one. Plus all the returning content. I mean, what's not to love there?
Okay.
I cannot wait to get my hands on my invitation just to cause ruckus. So when you're talking about the quality of life, though, are the players going to be able to experience that in the gameplay with Twisted Masquerade this year?
Absolutely. So when we were looking at how quality of life applies to, let's say, the game as a whole, we're saying, well, there are some elements of events that could work better for a better player experience. So while by and large everything from the event was really well received, we know people enjoyed imitation powers, the bag of tricks, etc. There was one big friction point from last year that we wanted to fix, which was the remote hook power for the invitations. So we've tweaked that a little bit just to apply some quality of life to this event itself, to make sure that as a killer is using it, it's no longer instant. You can't just look at a hook and bam, the survivor goes there.
Okay.
Now what will happen is the survivor has to look at a hook, they'll hold a button for a period of time, and then the survivor will be teleported. And it will also be obvious that the killer is doing this, so the survivors have time for their counterplay to make them drop their partner. So we're really hoping that creates some more
Interesting.
gameplay,
Very
some
interesting.
element.
Can't wait for my blood
In
points.
addition,
Oh my goodness.
last
We're gonna be
year,
eating good.
So we wanted to use our final Twisted Masquerade as a way to catch up on all original characters who did not previously have a mask or outfit.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
ooh, ooh, ooh,
what
Jake.
you would see here is that we are adding
Jake?
masks for any survivors
Yes.
that did not previously have a mask. So we
Sorry.
have one for
You got it.
people.
Oh, look at the Houndmasters. Ooh,
Killer side, we
ooh.
only had one
That's
that was
really
using
good.
a mask, so we have a mask for Hound.
Trapper, Huntress.
And then
Okay.
what we have to supplement that to keep 6 collectible pieces per roll is 5 killer anniversary weapons that look amazing.
The Trapper, the
So
Nurse,
that
the
we've got
Doctor,
one
Huntress, and the
Trapper,
Spirit.
Nurse,
Okay,
Huntress,
okay.
Doctor, and Spirit.
I cannot wait to get my hands
That's
on that
lit.
Spirit one.
Yeah, oh my god, they all look
Yeah, that
so
Spirit one looks good.
damn good.
So good.
Mm.
And we've not left out 2 other characters because those are going to get the fully earnable outfits
Okay.
from the event. So we've got David King and the Wraith. So
Oh, that David. Oh, that looks good actually. And I knew it was going to be the Wraith.
Catching up on all of
That
our
actually
original
looks really good.
characters, making sure that everyone is able to dress for the party for our final masquerade, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is really cool.
It's super cool.
And one thing that we've started to do over the past few years is introduce what I'm calling guests to the party.
Okay.
So some licensed characters who are getting outfits. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, so stay tuned for Hollis's section after, as he shows you who is guest starring at the party.
Okay, okay. Am I going to get Leon in some tuxedo?
Gonna have some really sick sales going on, so get them in.
I could imagine. Whew.
Keep celebrating.
My bank account is going to go on red. Like, ah.
At least we have that, right? At least we have that. All right, so next up, joining me on the couch is going to be a new face to the stream. So please join me
A
in
new
the chat
face.
with a warm welcome for Hollis, who's going to be giving us a full rundown on the latest collections that'll be rolling into.
Yes. Yes.
So Hollis, how about you go ahead and give us a rundown about your role real quick?
Yeah, so my day-to-day consists mostly of scheduling and setting things up for the in-game store. So stuff you would see like the collection banners, featured outfits, the bundles. We also have some exclusive store rewards for Twisted Masquerade.
Okay.
This time around, we have some outfits for the Lich Vecna.
Ooh.
His Masquerade Lich outfit.
Dripped.
As well as a
Dripped. Look at that.
His Masquerade Musician outfit. And man, I wish I could grow a mustache like that.
Okay, whoa.
It's magnificent.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Plus, as always, all the masks and outfits from previous years will also be returning to the store. You'll be able to find a few select masks and bundles for Killer and Survivor. And for anyone who may have missed Twisted Masquerade last year, we'll also have a bundle with rewards from that. So the Unknown outfit, the player cards, and the charms. And all that will be available in the store on June 25th with the start of the event.
Okay.
Damn.
So is there gonna be any like fantastic sales?
So like after FNAF releases.
So we're going to be doing 30% off almost everything in the store for outfits released before the Five Nights at Freddy's chapter.
Okay.
On top of that, we'll be doing 25 to 50% off almost all the characters. And as Justin mentioned, if you find a character you like during the free trials, it's a great time to pick them up and add them to your roster.
Okay. All right. So and that's obviously we kind of touched on it. Brace yourself. This is a bit emotional. But after this, the party will be over. It'll be our. I know. Let's keep it together.
Tricks, don't leave me.
Let's keep it together. But we're gonna be okay because before we close the curtain, we've got other things happening right before, right?
That's correct. On June 17th, we have our highly anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's chapter releasing, along with it, the Five Nights at Freddy's collection. Now, as you know, David and I already revealed one of the outfits at PAX, but we got a few more to show off today that no one's seen yet.
Okay.
In case you did miss PAX, first of all, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Bruh.
We revealed our Yellow Rabbit legendary.
You seen my video, right?
Springtrap. This is in
My reaction to this
from the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
broke my voice.
Features the likeness of Matthew Lillard, who played William Afton on screen before the Spring Lock really turns him into Springtrap. Now, this outfit has original voiceover from Matthew Lillard that was recorded just for Dead by Daylight.
Oh my god, I'm
as
gonna
well
be
as some special
spending
voiceover
so
and
much
animations
money.
from the
But are there going to be other versions of Springtrap coming into the fog as well?
Yes. We also have a Glitch Trap legendary outfit.
A glitch trap.
Glitch Trap Help Wanted and its sequel, Help Wanted 2, where he played a very crucial role in the story. So it's amazing to have him as part of this collection.
Yellow
And
rabbit.
a bonus for both legendary outfits. When you unlock them, you'll receive a portrait badge of those characters as well. So a Glitch Trap portrait badge
Ooh.
and a Yellow Rabbit portrait with Matthew Lillard's likeness. You can buy that as well. We also have two very rare outfits for Springtrap, which are both taken from Five Nights at Freddy's Special Delivery, the mobile AR game, which are Clown Springtrap and
Oh, wow.
Springtrap. Now, Clown Springtrap is very straight from the game. Looking
Oh my god, I'm gonna be spending so much.
on Toxic Springtrap to really make them their own. But that's not all. For the survivors out there who want to show their love for FNAF,
Yes.
there will be Freddy Fazbear's t-shirts available for all original survivors.
Wow.
Individually or bundled together at a discount.
Love
That'd
that.
be great. I mean, I love like the shirts especially because
There better be one for my boy Jake though.
casual look, and I think because of that is why I love the next collection you're going to be talking about.
Casual is a great way to describe it because this collection is simply called the Casual Collection. And as
The
the name
Casual.
implies, it focuses on streetwear and casual clothing, letting us add more variety to characters who've kind of been stuck with one look in the past. So, for example, a guy like Gabriel, who's often portrayed in space-themed outfits, we finally gave him something more casual to show him.
Ooh. Yes.
So good.
One I know you're very excited about, which is Toledo, who is getting some pants and a skating
Okay,
shorts and
okay.
skirt tour that she was in for a bit there.
Toledo mentioned, yes, pants!
They're really
Thank you,
cooking
Eric.
here. The xenomorph.
Are both getting
Oh, look at Ace. Oh, I'm getting that. I'm getting that.
and then
Okay.
there's Ace, who is doing the same, but in the
Wh-
more Ace fashion.
Where's the others? Where's Xenomorph?
Something special.
Very special.
He's a
Very, very rocking out, huh?
Seems to be a very short road.
What happens in Vegas stays in
don't worry,
Vegas.
All the people out there, I can hear you typing in chat. I can confirm this outfit is.
And I love the
So,
robe,
go
the
ahead
fucking
and
spades,
get those
diamonds,
outfits,
hearts,
whatever outfit you like. If you
clubs,
wanna put it with the
okay.
top hat from Alice in Wonderland
I see you, Ace.
and we're not going to stop you. That's called fashion. Finally, we worked closely with 20th Century Games on our take of an aquatic xenomorph. It's inspired by the We're really happy with how it turned out. It's very creepy.
That
very cool,
looks
and
good.
Honestly, would not want to run with that.
Hopefully it looks as good as
Yeah,
this in the
absolutely
game.
not.
And you can expect the Waterfront Massacre Collection, as well as Ace's Speedo, to be available in the store on July 16th.
I already know
You know for a fact I'm
there's
gonna be buying that
super
Speedo.
For all of our Dead by Daylight creators out there to talk about the creator program. So stay tuned.
Right, make sure you use my code though. I think I'm gonna stop it there because creator program, that's for the big streamers like Ots and the other handful, the TikTok live streamers that show up on my For You page every couple scrolls. I love their work. Right, thoughts. I was really hoping we were gonna get some gameplay footage, but I think they're leaving that to us to see in the PTB, which I am gonna be making a video on. So stay tuned for that. I was happy I tried to keep it down on a chill level as much as I could. Whew. I almost broke through again with my voice. And that Ace Speedo. Whew. paying top dollar for that. Take all my Keurig cells. Make sure when you're buying a Keurig cells, use code pretty good job so far for 5% off every Keurig cell purchase. And the outfits for Springtrap, oh lord, they are giving us the feast of a lifetime. So many costumes for Springtrap, and it's just, oh my goodness. And we're gonna get t-shirts for survivors. You already know, if there's a FNAF t-shirt for Jake, you know I'm gonna be rocking that. You already know, but I'm really hyped to do the PTB video now, and I think that will do for the video. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did by either liking, commenting, or subscribing to see more videos like this. Hopefully you all have a good day or night, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.